Hey Libra, I'm here to do your April clarifying. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle for you one card to clarify each of the cards that you got in April. Okay, Libra, so let's go ahead and get into it. For the Seven of Pentacles, you got nothingness. Okay. It's basically saying there's nothing really. This card talks about having non-attachment, practicing non-attachment. So this card is the Hierophant, is the number 5 card. And it talks about having no attachment to the material world. And so, or having no attachment to desires or possessions of any kind. So I feel like the lesson here, Libra, is just plain and simple. The more you detach yourself from the things that you're working on, the more that you take a more detached approach to things, the things that you're working on will come together much better and a lot more smoothly. Okay. I also feel like with something that you're working on, Libra, there's a need for you to examine your morals, your values, your character, and see if it truly aligns with what you're working on and what you're really focusing on right now. Okay, because you have the Three of Cups in reverse, and you have the Three of Swords in relation to that. So the Three of Swords is in this deck. It says in this deck it says isolation, that you're in isolation. So I feel like right now, Libra, there's something that you're dealing with that's definitely breaking your heart, and it's putting you in isolation. It's causing you not to want to partake so much with like your group setting and just your normal way of life and what you're used to, you know, on a regular basis. But this experience that you're going through is helping you come into consciousness. It's helping you come into terms with who you really are, Libra, who you truly are as a person. It's helping you to come into consciousness and come into an understanding of who you are truly, and how you see yourself and how you treat yourself. because you haven't been treating yourself very fair lately, you know. I mean, even in the situation that you're waiting for, you have not been treating yourself fairly at all. You know, you've been truly doing more than your share, and you're not letting other people do their part, okay? And it's like, if this is a relationship that you're fighting for, you need to let this other person show you something. Like, they need to bring something to the table. I feel like they need to show what they have to offer, you know. I feel like right now this person is playing you really cool. Like, they're really playing you, like they're very much acting very cool, calm, and collective with you, very suave and like very slick, you know what I mean? And it's like they're able to play the good guy at this point, you know what I mean? And kind of find a way to put the blame on you, okay? And you really need to put a pause on this whole thing. You need to put a pause on it and take a step back and kind of like slow this whole thing down. Okay? Because you're doing too much. You're doing entirely too much. You're putting way too much effort. Whatever it is that you're working on with this 7, whatever it is you're working on, it's causing you to feel defeated and wounded. Okay, you definitely need to put a pause on it, because the other people or the other person that is involved in the situation is definitely playing it cool, and they're definitely being cool about the whole situation, and they're not showing their cards, and they're going to make sure that they come out looking good. Basically, they're just calm. Is what I see. Like, they're not sweating it, you know. They're not putting pressure on themselves at all. They're not sweating this at all. They're really taking this whole thing very calm, very cool, very easy, you know, and they're making sure of it. It's, you know, they're making sure of it, whether they care or they don't care. They're making it their business to take certain steps and make certain decisions that's going to ensure that they're calm and cool during this whole thing. Decisions they're making is going to be according to them maintaining their cool. So you really need to like take a step back and slow it down. I mean, I feel like regardless of if you want to do it or not, it's going to happen, because this person is not making any steps anyway, okay? So regardless of that, that's going to happen. But I feel like the sense of harmony that you feel, Libra, within the situation that you're in, I don't feel like it's real. You know, I feel like you're trying to force something that is not real. There's a sense of false. There's a sense of falsitude with this harmony. I feel like within the circle, within your circle, within, your relationships, you try to create so much this sense of harmony. You try to keep everything together, and you try so much to make things harmonious, but they just do not seem to work out. I feel like it's because you're doing too much. I feel like you should not be the one constantly creating this harmony. Like I said, I feel like you should not be the one responsible constantly for keeping things together. You need to find people who want to be at peace. You need to find people who are like-minded, who think like you, who have the same consciousness as you. Because if you keep surrounding yourself with people who are not like-minded, you're going to keep getting heartbroken. You're going to constantly be heartbroken. And the same experiences will keep happening over and over to you until you understand that you need to be around people who want to work in harmony with you, not people who are like fighting against you, who are working against you. And for you, Libra, that's especially important, okay? Don't overlook that, okay? That's very important for you. You need to have like people who want to work with you. And like I said, if you don't learn this, you're just going to keep experiencing this kind of thing over and over and over again until you learn it, until you become the master of it. It's going to be constantly a burden on you. This is not going to end. This is not a phase that you're going through. This is going to keep happening to you until you learn this lesson. Okay? Until you learn to stop being the peacemaker all the time. Stop trying to force harmony where there's clearly no harmony, where there's clearly a disharmony, where people are clearly controlling you, manipulating you, all this stuff, and you're trying to like create this peaceful setting that it's not there. Until you learn this lesson, it's just going to keep happening over and over and over again. Okay? It's going to be a heavy burden on your shoulders. Like, it's going to be a really heavy burden. So I would suggest you learn the lesson and keep it moving. Okay? All right, so that's it for now, Libra. Until next time. Bye.